A very good morning to one and all present here and those who are connected to us through various channels from different parts of the country. I, on the behalf of DG CCS Niam Jaipur, welcome you all to the startup webinar series organized by CCS Niam National Incubation Center Jaipur. CCS Niam Jaipur being a premier institute established by Government of India to cater various agriculture related aspects such as training, research, consultancy and education in agriculture marketing is fulfilling his mandate by dissemination of information and knowledge in relation to agriculture marketing during this tough time of COVID-19. Till date, we have completed 13 startup webinars dealing with veterinary telemedicine, soil to sell, prospect to small and micro enterprises in marketing of agriculture produce, then waste to wealth startup, then renewable energy startups dealing with green energy, aquaponics. So for today, we have an eminent speaker, Mr. Manish Kumar, dealing with supply chain management startup for Agro Guardian to farmers. Mr. Manish Chauhan, the next entrepreneur, believes in socialist sustainable business that create an impact, an agriculture graduate by qualification with deep insight in developing innovative business models. The fact that he is certified from World Bank, Google, Commonwealth of Learning Canada, IIT Kanpur, dealing with his innovative startups, is known for seeing patterns where others may see complexity and for the creative solution to solve various business problems. Also, passion of farming had drawn him towards agri-tech and agribusiness sector. He founded Agro Guardian during his graduation and is incubated by NIAM Agri Incubation Program. Additionally, active UN volunteer for humanitarian work, voracious reader and avid traveler, specialized in dealing with innovation business model, developing entrepreneurship and public speaking. With this brief introduction, I welcome Mr. Manish to come up with his presentation. Manish, you can share
Hello,
your slides.
Dr. Mahesh. Thank you for my brief introduction. First, I would like to thank whole NIA team for wonderful series, web series of entrepreneurs were sharing their views here, and I would like to thank for incubating uh, startups like us. And I will start my presentation. I'm Director Agro Guardian Services Private Limited, and let's start with the overview of our company, what Agro Guardian do. We are a tech-based supply chain of fruits and vegetables based on Himachal Pradesh district mandi. We source fresh fruits and vegetables from direct from the farms and connect them to the businesses within the 15 hour. And you can connect with us by www.agroguardian.com.
Yeah, Manish,
I
please
will,
go on.
yeah, I will I will start my presentation with the industry overview. As you all know, Himachal Pradesh is known as the apple ball of the country. 400 over 400 of the farmers are the involved in the scientific farming of the what we call agriculture in the various research institutions. 405,000 of the 1000 crores of the economy of Himachal Pradesh is based on the apple farming industry, and 3.7 crore of boxes are annually generated from farming of apple in Himachal Pradesh. I will start with a shift. This is on the screen. You can see a big farm, a lady, and a big and the apple. And this is the seedling tree of a Royal Delicious apple. This Royal Delicious apple completed 100 years in Himachal Pradesh. This is a dominated variety from the last 10 decades in Himachal Pradesh, and still farmers are growing this variety. Now, farmers are shifting into a new variety and a new method of farming that is called rootstock. As you seen in previous picture, that the tree was so big, so there was a certain limitations in that farming, that like the fruit quality was not homogeneous, and the number of the plants that can be cultivated in a single hectare of a land is very few, and the yield taken from a hectare is very less as compared to this modern system of farming apple. This is the apple rootstock farming system. Rootstock farming system simply does mean that we simply can cultivate more number of plants in a limited area of the farm. And we are introducing new high strain varieties in Himachal Pradesh for the farmers. And I will start. There is a special project dedicated to this special farming, rootstock high tech farming, that is over 1000 crore of project from the World Bank. If we call the rootstock, we was talking about rootstock. These rootstock are imported from Italy, US, and from other countries to the various research stations and universities like CSK, HPKV, Palambur. There are real challenges in this rootstock farming. The challenges are like in the recent 2 or 3 years, the plantation we have done in Himachal Pradesh, over 50% of the rootstock is already dried up. This is a really big challenge for our farmers in Himachal Pradesh. The reason behind this is simply the lack of technical know-how, the scientific know-how in the farmers, and the lack of extension work. And there are certain other climatic factors like the lack of irrigation. As all you know, Himachal is totally rainfall based, that is called rain fed farming. And the result of this is like last year in 2019 there was 3.7 crore of boxes yield, and now it's projected that this year is going to be 2.5 crore of boxes. The yield is decreasing every year. As you know, the shift is going on in this high tech farming. So there are certain other challenges also. For next 2 or 3 year, our field are converted into new rootstock systems. So there will be a higher amount of yield reduction in uh, farming or in apple in Himachal Pradesh. So we have to cope with those certain challenges. There are certain other problems, like as you can see a article from Tribune, and what is saying, like the middleman exploiting the farmers due late payments and other issues are also there in Himachal Pradesh. There are crores that is still pending. Farmers payment is still pending by these middlemen. As you can see, their farmers are raising a voice against these exploitation in Himachal Pradesh. Various associations and organizations are raising their voices against these exploitation. If I talk about COVID-19 impact on the farming, there are certain impact on Himachal Pradesh and apple farmers. Like most of labor in Himachal Pradesh in apple orchards are from Nepal. So this COVID impact is drastically impacting the availability of labor in Himachal Pradesh. This is a big challenge that I have to cope, and our government is working on it, but it will take certain other challenges like permissions and migration of what we call labor from Nepal to here in Himachal Pradesh, quarantine and all. Now I will start with the vegetable industry of Himachal Pradesh. It's mostly Himachal is leading in what we call off-season vegetable cultivation, and the production of off-season vegetables are about 7.85 lakh tons per year. And we are continuously what we call sourcing or outsourcing vegetables to the plains like Delhi, Chandigarh, and the South India as well. There are certain challenges like whole India is facing, and Himachal is helping the India to fulfill the requirement of vegetables and fruits. This is the article from date April 12th, which was the projection. We will deliver tons of vegetables to near cities like Chandigarh, Delhi, and Jaipur also. I will let you familiarize with this supply chain currently working in Himachal Pradesh. I think throughout pan India, this supply chain is working. Most of you all will can relate with the supply chain. What is happening here? Cluster of farmers are selling their produce to a single middleman, and those middlemen are delivering it to certain agents, small agents, and those agents delivering then further it to the wholesale agents and in between retailers. And there are certain minor things like what we call the transportation drivers are also there. These are one of the part of middleman. Why we are saying it? Because there are certain leakage in this pattern. About 40% of margin is taken by these middlemen, and every year farmer have to bear about 20 to 30% of loss due to this unorganized supply chain. And ultimately consumer are paying high prices for such fruits and vegetables in the market. We are reaching the rural part of here in Himachal. This is a village called Doba. This is in Mandi district of Himachal Pradesh. From the past 40 years, this is the first time any company reached the farm and procure direct from the farm. This is the first time in the history. It means we are reaching the rural parts of the area. Like here, farmers are mostly with small land holdings and marginal land holdings. So it's very important to pay them good payback for their hard work. We are providing better prices to the farmer. This year, we procure about tons of peas from the rural part of here in Himachal, and we was able to give them 3 to 4 rupees higher prices than the market. And we was sourcing from direct from their home, and even they have the benefit that they don't have to bear the logistic and transportation cost. Otherwise, they have to go 10 to 15 kilometers to the mandis to sell their produce, and certain times the exploitation by other middlemen and vendors are also present here. We are also organizing certain extension programs. We are going one to one to the farmers, reaching areas to the farmers to well educate them the best practices available and the best technologies available that they can avail. We are also running certain trials and helping farmers to get the best what they are practicing. For apple growers, what we are doing, there are certain things you need to understand. There is a difference between seedling plant and rootstock plant. So seedling plant simply means that it is growing from the seed, and this will turn into a big plant. And the rootstock simply means growing from the roots and grafting high strain varieties, dwarf varieties on that. That means rootstock. As I mentioned earlier in the previous slides, the rootstock farming is taking place in Himachal Pradesh. So there are a confusion in farmers' mind. There are thousands of apple varieties already in Himachal Pradesh, and number of rootstocks, like there are M9. M9 is a very small plant, and M11. M11 is certain vigorous type of plant varieties. So farmer is very confused. What market is demanding? He want to get the best. There are certain apples like Gala apple, which will generally cost 1100 to 15, in between 1100 to 1500 per box. But there are certain other varieties like Jaromine, Adam Smith, in which there are demands are leading them to 3500 to 4000 per box, two layer of box. So farmers are really confused by the selection of these varieties. So there are certain other things in rootstock farming. There is a thing called orchard layout. So we have to establish that we call irrigation system in orchard. So there are drip irrigation system installed in apple. So a farmer don't know about these type of training systems and scientific methods. Pruning techniques and training system of these rootstock is really different. It means the game is really different here in this type of farming. This is really a new thing, and the extension on from the government side, they are working as their best, but there is a need of private players to come forward and help farmer here. And what we are doing, last thing we are doing for the farmers, there are issue in the late payments. Farmers get paid very late, even if they are selling their crop in July, and so they will some farmers will get the payment in next year or the end of the year. That's not fair with the farmers, and that's not the particular need of our apple farming industry. If we call why we are different, what are our USPs? There are certain things that we are tech enabled supply chain, that we are using technology every part of our supply chain, and we are directly sourcing fruits and vegetables from the farms. That it means and delivering it within 15 hours. So we are reducing that supply chain, long chain, and trying to help farmer to get best prices and consumer fresh produce. The tracking of our produce can be done by RFID tags and barcoding. And so, as you all know, this is not as usual practice done by the players in what we call FNV supply chain. So we are trying with other things like crop harvesting or crop calendar, or analyzing the demand pattern on available previous data for that special particular village or district, to maintain that demand and supply gap. This is the really important, because most of the farmers don't know what to grow in their field, and other certain things like there are two types of vegetables. One are like leafy vegetable for the local market consumption, and certain other like potato, onion, tomato for the long distance transportation. So sometimes farmer don't know when to off their irrigation. Even they irrigate their crop at the time, one day before harvesting. So there are certain recommendation like do not irrigate your crop about one week, 1 week before harvesting. So it will decrease the perishability nature of that crop, especially in tomato. So these kind of recommendations are continuously provided by our agent, our what we call our officers or procurement officers. Our team of agriculture experts, currently we are a team of 5 people. So we are from tech industry, and most of all us are from agriculture industry. The most of guys are agriculture graduate and post graduate. And what we call that other thing, what makes us different, that we are providing additional revenue to the farmers income, that is about 20%. These 20% of income is about like a farmer can purchase a seed and fertilizer for a season. This amount is equivalent to that. If we call the COVID situation in what we call affecting the FNV supply chain, there are certain thing, unavailability of labor in mandis, and the logistic problem. The logistic partners are charging really higher prices from the farmer and the vendors. And there are certain other things like sabji mandis or sabji markets are turning into COVID hotspots. That's a problem of the pan India. Like Delhi is suffering, Meerut is suffering, Chennai is suffering. There are certain articles on it, and people are dying. People are dying due to this problem, and the whole mandis are turning shut down. There are certain other articles from the Outlook here. As you can see, the Chennai's biggest fruit vegetables market turns into coronavirus hotspot. This is a really big issue. The thing we can do best to cope with this problem is like we can use new approaches like city-centric approach. City-centric approach is like we are growing in Himachal, or we are growing in Sonipat, Panipat, and delivering it under the 100 kilometers. or under the city or the nearby cities to maintain things uh, it will help to avoid like spread of corona to from one place to another place. There are certain other things like social distancing in mandis should be there, and proper sanitization and ppe kit should be mandatory to the all the vendors or all the artists in the mandis, or it should be licensed based procurement at this time of situation. And what we call there should be mode of there should be change in our procurement mode. That is, we have to go with the models like uh, farm to fork model, or like we are doing procuring direct from the farmers field. It will help to reduce the mobs in the mandis, which are turning mandis into what we call coronavirus hotspot. These are the certain things we can follow. And thank you for your patience. If you have any question, you can just ask me, or you can mail me on this contact.agroguardian@gmail.com. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I request the participants, please raise your question.
I have a question. Is that what is the total revenue will you generate from your business in a whole year?
In a year,
Yeah.
you want to I will mail you the details if you want to revenue. We just started in 2019, and
Okay.
we are projected to earn the revenue over 50 lakh of rupees this year. This is our projection.
Okay. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Hello, thank you.
Hello. Manish, one question in the chat box. Actually, they're mentioning how do
Yeah.
you ensure that farmers are getting most of the benefit out of your project or your startup?
Yeah, that's a good
Yes.
question. There are I can as I can see there are two questions. One from the Alamuru Krishna. He's saying PPE kit are
Yeah, yeah.
not used by farmers in mandis. So we are not saying that PPE kit should be
Yeah.
used by the farmers in the mandi. We are saying the PPE kit should be mandatory to the artists or vendors, because they are interacting with the most of people. Or we are saying they have to change their traditional mode of procurement. That is, they have to procure from direct from the farmers field by using these PPE kits. This is the our point of making. And there are another question from the Vartika Vamma, and she's saying, how will you ensure that farmers are getting most of benefit
Yeah.
out of your project? That's a really good question. So our business model, if you see our business model, there are like 40% of margin in fruits and vegetable supply chain, and the most of that margin disappear in between that supply chain, because that supply chain is really so long, because number of intermediate mediatories in the supply chain are high. So the share, the part that they took, some are taking 10%, some are taking 15%, some are taking 5%. This type of margin is distributed among the middleman chain. So what we are doing, we are eliminating that long middleman chain, procuring it direct from the farmers and selling it to businesses like retailers, restaurants, and hotels in the district. So we are able to give farmer about 15 to 20% of more, and our partners about 3 to 5% of less than the market. There are another question like how will you ensure that the consumer are getting also benefit? There are a thing what our consumer best consumer wants. Our basic consumer want that we want fresh fruits and vegetables at a good price, right? So what is in our business model, we are delivering fruits and vegetable within 15 hours, as compared to traditional supply chain. It took 25 to 30 hours to reach the customer. The difference we are cutting is 10 hours. It's like it's fresh like farmers field. And there are another thing here, like if we are selling our produce to our partners at a lesser prices than the market, that definitely that's not in our hand to control the prices, but we hope that the our retailer and retailer and will not charge over prices from our consumer. Yeah.
Another question is regarding how do you educate the consumers about the quality of produce?
Yeah, there are another things here in apply our supply chain. What we are doing, so we are basically procuring that from the farmers, and what our procurement officer are doing, and they are noting their data from the farmers and using the RFID tags from our backend. What we are doing, we are entering the data in those barcodes and what we call RFID tags. So our partners will get to know that from where this produce is coming and how much old is this harvested. These kind of things are there for traceability and tracking. So consumer will get definitely best from it.
How you maintain logistic? Can you
Logistic.
elaborate? Yeah, regarding logistic,
Logistic. Yeah.
outsourcing to the vendors and
th-
all.
there are certain things here in Himachal. So you need to understand the topography of Himachal Pradesh. We first think to start the system to our what we call our drivers, like GPS system, providing them the facility of GPS system. But there are real time of challenges like GPS do not work here well. Like in plain in Chandigarh, Jaipur, GPS work really well. But in hills, there are certain places where connectivity mobile connectivity is not there. Even other challenges are also there. Our farmers are like most of our farmer are above 30 or 50, so it's really hard them to understand the what we call mobile applications and all. These are the things, and in part of logistic what we are doing, we are simply maintaining a simple process that our collection agent or our collection officer will go to the field procuring from that farmers and noting the data from manually from the farmers, and the tech part is totally on us. That's from our logistic. That's for our logistic
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, one more question is regarding that as you are incubated from CCS Niam, what are the special
Yeah.
gains from this incubation program?
Oh, gains about games. I really want to thank CCS Niam about this incubation program. In the first, we was doing the things on really a small scale level, right? We are doing this thing from 4 to 5 farmers or mostly 10 farmers that are marginal farmers. But after going to CCS Niam, our concept to the marketing, to the supply chain, to legal, and all are really what we call really get cleared. The team is really helpful here in CCS Niam. I would like to thank especially Mr. Agrawal and the whole Nabi team for such wonderful cooperation. Yeah, there are a question here. You have moved from mountains to plains, so would you have to face lots of struggle? What are those struggles which you don't want other to face? You need to understand certain things in supply chain. Whenever one should think to start a supply chain, he need to first understand the basic market, how his marketing is working in local area. So he need to cope with what we call, there are certain arts in here in district or other players in district, big players. They will definitely don't want you to what we call disturb the system. So there will be a lot of problem are there. So there are certain minor things also, like there are frauds, like the if you are hiring what we call a logistic partner, the drivers, the leakage, we identified the leakage as there. The small amount of money that they are collected from our partner, the full payment is not we are not getting earlier on our hand. This was the real problem that we faced. But after that we think about that and hired our procurement officer to maintain this payment issue. These are certain
Sure, sure.
minor problems. Yeah.
One more question is regarding that how the startup is very different, or how we can collaborate with farmers,
Collaboration
and what are
with
the challenges?
yeah collaboration with farmers is not an easy thing. If you think like I will go to a farmer's field and tell them about your what you are doing and they will accept you easily. No, they will not accept you because they are doing these things from years. They are doing this from the 50 years, last 50 years, and they are working on the same same model. There are certain other things like they have relations with these artists from years. It may be like the artist will be from his or her village or in his or in her relation, right? So we need to understand the problem of the farmer first. We need to spend our time and we have to train them, to educate them what is going on in the market and how it is benefit to you. Without giving them anything, you cannot expect to believe in you or collaborate with you. This is the most important thing you need to understand before starting a supply chain startup.
Sure, sure. One question from my side.
Yeah.
Now you're dealing with fruits, you're dealing with vegetables also. So, is
Yes.
there any difference between supply chain regarding fruits and vegetables, or you follow the same
Yes.
setup?
No. The fruits and vegetable business is really different. First, we need to understand the fruit industry. Then we have to go to what we call off-season vegetable cultivation. In Himachal Pradesh, most of farmer are growing cash crops now, like peas, tomatoes, and all. So farmer are growing off-season crops. There are Una, Himachal Pradesh, Solan, Shimla, Kullu, and Mandi. These are the most dominated places here. Farmers are growing vegetables. So we are working on that what we call that our business model. I earlier explained that the margin based fruits, that is really different, like margins or payment. And the real issue is with the late payment or middleman exploitation. There are certain fraud cases. Vendors or artists come from the Delhi. What we call people are not as much educated here in the hills, so they do a lot of frauds with these with our farmers. So the supply chain is really different. The apple growers or pear grower or what we call apricot grower simply wants that they get the payment right time on their hand. This is the need of our apple grower. And another thing, they want training and education from the private side. This is
Sure, sure.
our model or the demand in current what we call industry
Yeah, yeah.
right now. Yeah.
Manish, one more question. Whether your startup or your company providing any technical knowledge to the farmers?
Yes, definitely. We are helping farmers with technical knowledge because we are soon thinking to start mobile application based extension system. So it may take a certain time. So what we will do in that, the video based or what we call uh, the literature based assistants will be there, or we will also help them telephonically if farmer is not able to come on our station, or we are not able to reach the farmer, so they can easily contact us telephonically to ask any technical question regarding the supply chain or the what we call the technical know-how of scientific farming. These are the things. Yeah.
One more question is, which is the most critical and delicate phase in organizing fruit and vegetable supply chain during a pandemic situation?
Yes, right.
And what?
That's a very important question, I think. What is happening here? The unavailability of labor. This is the biggest
Sure.
issue our farming or our farmers are facing. Right. The farmers and another thing is transportation are not there. This is the biggest problem. If someone is hiring a logistic or what we call drivers, private players, so they are charging over prices. है ना? And another thing is there in COVID situation, panic buying was there in earlier. So when government announced that it is going to be like lockdown or the impact impact was like the farmer or vendors was so panic, so they was the panic buying. So what happened there, the prices fall after this bubble. After that, weather condition in Himachal was not good. Hailstorming was there, so it drastically affect our farmers, and they was earlier the production, what we call the production of peas was like double in this season, but the rates was really poor for the farmer. Yeah.
Sure, sure. One more question is regarding strategies. Means, what are your future projections or strategies for your startup further?
Yes, strategies. We want to what we call scale up. This is the first thing, because we want to reach the more rural parts of what we call hills, because hills are the places where the most of exploitations are being made, because the literacy level, what we call, the most of educated people are on work or not doing agriculture. So the poor people, or what we call aged old peoples, are doing farming right now here in villages. So we want to just reach more people in future. That's our
Sure,
future
sure.
strategy. Yeah.
Manish, one more question is regarding that Himachal Solan.
Yeah.
Mostly mushroom is the main source.
Yes,
What are the
right.
constraints in marketing? Any conflict with BC ratios will be there. Can you come up?
Right. Right. Mushroom is mostly dominated in like what we call dominated crop of Solan, because there are mushroom research station out there. So market in Solan, and the Shimla is nearest to the Solan. So the market is well developed for the mushroom there. Right. So for the farmers of Solan and boundaries of Shimla, they are growing number good and earning good amount from mushroom cultivation. But this is case is not same here in other districts, like there are district Mandi, Kangra, what we call Una, or Bilaspur. This is not the same case, because the extension work regarding the mushroom, or the what we call the support from the government is not like Solan is getting, because technical knowledge is really near to them, like research station is there. So every government scheme first come, they also get benefit earlier from the other part of the state. Hello.
Yeah. Manish, one more question is regarding that how will you provide fresh vegetables to the consumers of Delhi as compared to
uh,
Himachal Pradesh? Any?
Himachal Pradesh.
Yeah.
At this time, we was approaching the city centric approach that I mentioned, but soon we will start delivering it to the Chandigarh areas and Delhi areas. So we will definitely follow that I mentioned, that GPS system. So our drivers and tracing systems, and our driver will get help from the tech for the what we call the shortening of roads, the time taken by the drivers to reach our partners, that can be reduced by using the technology. These are
Sure.
our point of view to move our produce to the plains. Yeah.
Okay. One more question is that Himachal Pradesh is a tourist place. So
Right.
whether tourists can come up or it can be helpful for your startup. Any view?
For the startup point of purpose, it will be like if we are delivering our produce to what we call our partners, it is a restaurants are there, right?
Sure,
So
sure.
so definitely the demand for our produce will grow. Like if we are delivering our partners best, so definitely it will help our business and their business as well from the tourist industry.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Now the startup is dealing with only raw materials. So any future projection for processed products?
For
The
now,
government is focused.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
For now we are in fresh, as I mentioned, and perishable mostly.
Okay.
Future we are definitely going with like solarization and dried outsourcing of what we call dried fig, right? Dried fig or other vegetables. So definitely we can move as per the requirement of the and demand of the industry.
Yeah, participants, any questions? Okay, Manish. Coming up to the winding scenario, a very innovative presentation. Uh, as we move, you have given a very bright picture regarding the supply chain management. Then what is Himachal Pradesh is, then regarding the vegetable, fruits, what is the upmark techniques that can help the farmers reaching up to the grassroots level. This is mostly in hilly areas, it is not possible, but your startup is doing very well. And on behalf of all, DG CCS Niam Jaipur, I'm thankful for this innovative presentation.
Thank you
I
so much.
thank all the participants, organizers, and everything. Have a good day. Thank you. Thank you, Manish.